Welcome back, all my free thinkers, to another evening edition of the Grow Rich, Grow Happy Crypto Show. Now, guys, in this episode, we're going to be exploring one of the biggest difficulties in cryptocurrency and how Stellar Lumens has a solution for that, and why they're just one of the assets that I hold and I continue to hold because I know what I hold and their value. Guys, if you've been in crypto for any length of time, one of the things you will come up against is, how do I get my money? How do I get my money out of crypto and back into the regular world? I get that question all the time from people in my own life, people that I know and that I help with crypto. They always say, I want to take some money. How do I do it? And that's been one of the hangups with cryptocurrency. Yes, there are ways to do it, but Stellar makes it super easy. And now, coming off the back of the video that I just did with Metallicus and Daylan Kuso and the things that they're doing with credit unions, in that particular video, I talked about regulation and how they were regulating things by having these consumers with crypto or with these credit unions who would like to dibble and dabble in crypto without having to go through the hangups that some people go through with exchanges. They can do it within the confines of their own credit unions. Well, that's just a piece of it. And that's here in the United States. What about the rest of the world? What about the unbanked? And we talk about that often here, which is why we like assets like Zebit. But it's also one of the reasons that I love Stellar Lumens. And in this particular video, we're going to explore that because something's going on right now. Token 2049 is just jumping off here in Singapore here on the 1st and 2nd of October. And Stellar Lumens is one of the speakers and people that's going to be there. And I talk about Stellar Lumens like they're a person, but their group is there. And there's some things that they've been talking about on X that I felt like you guys need to pay attention to. And again, this is one of those videos where I try to help just people who are new to crypto understand why some of these assets you can't live without them, because you're not going to be able to live without them. Guys, this is your first time here to Grow Rich, Grow Happy. I'm Mr. Foresight. I just want to make cryptocurrency a little bit easier for you guys as we transition into this digital age. I don't want anyone to get left behind, honestly, but a lot of people are going to get left behind because they don't understand cryptocurrency, because a lot of times it's just hard to understand, especially if you don't come from that world. I try to break it down for you so that you can see why this digital age is something that you don't have a choice but to be a part of. But I don't want you to just participate. I also want you to take advantage of it and maybe invest in it as well. Nothing I say here is financial advice. You have to do your own research, but I'm here to point you down the right direction. If this sounds like a channel for you, by all means, smash that like button, give me a sub, hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of these videos. But safeguard your crypto as well by taking advantage of the 10% discount I have down below on cold storage wallet Tangem. Best in the business. I love mine. I deal in it probably every day, and I believe you guys would like it too. That 10% discount, if you do choose to use mine, does go to support the channel and all the work we do here. So guys, we're going to jump right over here. And the reason I'm talking about Stellar today, I haven't talked about Stellar in a while, but I see it as an opportunity as well, especially with it being down right now. And I just like to keep keep my finger on the pulse of some of the great assets that are out there, guys, that we may not cover as often. So I'm going to jump over here because the thing I want to show you here is something they said. But first, we want to talk about privacy being it's not optional, it's essential. And this is what they're saying. I believe his name is Raja. He's over there now at the token 2049, and this is something he said. It's the difference between safety and risk, between pilots and true global adoption. Now, just to get a pulse on what people feel about this, privacy is super important. One person says, glad to see this actually the Lobster Stellar wallet. This is one of their wallets or whatever, but this is what they said is it's important. Privacy, that is. Glad to see Stellar taking care of it. And then you come down here, absolutely agree. Privacy is not just an option, but it's a fundamental pillar for the safe and widespread adoption of blockchain technology. Education and awareness are key to empowering users to protect their data and trust the ecosystem. And that's one of the big hangups with crypto. You got one faction saying, I don't trust crypto, it's a scam, or it's just people money laundering and they're going to take your money. And then you have people over here saying crypto is not like that. And what's missing is to bridge everybody together is education, which I try to do on this platform. But I feel like this is important because this is why crypto has been so slow in the beginning to be adopted massively, and that you see the change right now, especially with these new regulations. But so you see that why it's important, but how I love how Stellar is involved in this. This is another thing, guys. They're providing solutions to a lot of the unseen or unheard problems that exist in everyday people's lives that they say, you know what, I don't trust the government, or I don't trust crypto. Well, Stellar is working to get everybody on the same level field. Anyway, so I'm going to continue because I want to show you guys something else, because here's the main thing I want to talk about with MoneyGram. And this is something they've always had a partnership with MoneyGram, but I felt like this was a great opportunity to help a lot of you out there that maybe be new to crypto or maybe new to Stellar to understand why them partnering with MoneyGram is not only important, but how this is one of those assets, again, that I always say, make sure you're investing in crypto assets that are not just here for a moment. They are a movement, and Stellar is one of them. Okay, they say we've made it with MoneyGram. We've made it possible to turn cash into crypto and crypto back into cash on and off ramps in hundreds of thousands of locations worldwide. This is the key right here. That's how Stellar drives adoption, by making access real in everyday life. Now, guys, what that looks like is MoneyGram. I always say MoneyGram is really destroying and killing Western Union, because the money transfer system that we have right now, that whole deal, is worth trillions, guys. Everyone uses MoneyGram, Western Union, things like that. But when you get to integrating crypto into it, and Stellar being linked with MoneyGram, this is one of those assets right now. Actually, they're top 20 and they're in the top 100, but this is one of those safer bets that I always like to talk about when it comes to people who may not have a higher risk tolerance as other people. Now, what a lot of that looks like, and this is why this is important, guys, this is it right here that's going on. Real world adoption. Stable coins as the next global money standard. Infrastructure, access, and adoption. Got the Genius Act. Guys, we see the future being, it is right here. Everything. Have your foresight, guys. You see what it says up there. The man without foresight is a slave to chance. I feel like our subscribers here is not going to be a slave to chance if you make the right choices, guys. So what this looks like, a user, they go to one of the hundreds of thousands of participating MoneyGrams, and I'll show you exactly how many MoneyGrams it is, guys. Check this out. MoneyGram, with over 440,000 retail locations and 5 billion digital endpoints, MoneyGram provides one of the most robust digital and physical money movement networks in the world. And that is what Stellar Lumens is linked to. So they go to one of these participating MoneyGrams. They hand over their physical cash to the MoneyGram agent. The agent processes that transaction, and the user instantly receives a stable coin, primarily USDC, or in their Stellar compatible digital wallet, guys, like Lobster. They're the ones who commented, or Vibrant. But they receive that stable coin in that wallet. You don't need a bank to do it. We got to realize there's a lot of unbanked people out there in the world, and as long as they have a Stellar wallet or something like that, they'll be able to receive their stable coin. Now, it's fast, low cost, and the Stellar network, it is the backbone of all of that. But here's the thing I wanted to tell you guys. Now, for the off ramp, again, solving that problem that we always talk about with how do I get my money? Well, check this out for the unbanked and all of them. A user in a developing country, they receive the payment in USDC. They say they received their payment. They go to their local MoneyGram location, and we have over 440,000 of them to choose from, and they initiate a withdrawal from their digital wallet. Check this out. This is adoption right here. And the MoneyGram agent validates the transaction and hands the user their local fiat currency, guys, or your pesos or your euros or your US currency. It's all done right there at that MoneyGram. This is just one of the reasons why I will hold Stellar, because I know with everything coming, they're another one of those assets that's going to see the rush, and the volume is going to come in, guys. 440,000. So let's jump up here because I want to look at something else. Remember what I said about it being an opportunity? I look at the opportunity right now, and what do we have? We have them. Let me refresh this. At the current time, it's down to 36 cents. They're only down 1.5% within the 24 hours, guys. I read something today that said that here, and let's do this, guys. Let's do this. I want to see how much can you get of this particular asset. You guys know how I like to do. 100 will get you $272. So guys, I see this as an opportunity, but the reason I wanted to talk about it, I seen something. I seen what was it? Prediction. It was a price prediction for Stellar Lumens, and it came out not too long ago. Actually, I believe it might have came out today. And they said that Stellar Lumens would only reach 40 cents in 2025, like right now. And I said 40 cents. We don't even have altcoin season yet. And that's why when you see these price prediction sheets out there, you have to take it with a grain of salt and look at the things that I just showed you with Stellar Lumens and just their partnership with MoneyGram. This is not new, but I believe when you look at the whole privacy issue and just how many people are not banked but can use the Stellar wallets, any of their wallets, and they can get cash in and out with no problems via these MoneyGram institutions, guys, you can't tell me that all it's going to reach is 40 cents this particular year. Guys, I don't place a ceiling on this particular asset either, and neither should you. I know a lot of this community right here. I see you down in the comments. You're always talking about, you're holding Stellar and maybe Zebic and just those two. Well, I don't think you can go wrong with assets that are a movement, and Stellar is definitely one. I believe is cheap. It's really cheap right now when you hold it up to the likes of some of the others that we cover on this channel. And when I see the price and I look at where we are right now in this digital age, how everything is being laid, guys, with the foundation being laid, Stellar is an opportunity. It is an opportunity of a lifetime. And you're going to look back on that and you're going to say, again, like I always tell you guys, man, I should have seen it coming, or I did see it coming and I didn't take advantage of it. Guys, let me know down below, what do you think of Stellar Lumens, and are you guys stacking it or not so much? Till next one, this your boy, I'm out.